Tonight on News Prime, on the governorship poll, INEC declares APC candidate Ayedatiwa winner. And the business, Nigeria target record fiscal deficits of 13 trillion naira in 2025. And on the first in China's Jinping pledges support for President-elect Donald Trump. On the sport, Inter Miami set to unite Messi, Neymar. Hello and welcome to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. A reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, free to air on Nicomsat. We begin tonight by informing that President Bola Tinubu has departed Abuja to Rio de Brazil to attend the 19th meeting of the G20 Leaders Summit taking place in the South American country. The summit will be held from Monday, November 18 to Tuesday, November 19, 2024. Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the Monday's gathering will bring together leaders from the world's top 20 economies, including the European Union, the African Union, and the multilateral financial institutions, among others. This year's meeting, under the theme Building a Just World and a Sustainable Planet, will see the participants discuss the fight against hunger and poverty, reform of the institution of global governance, and the sustainable development and energy transition. Nigeria has consistently advocated for a reform of the global governing institutions and often presented its impressive credentials as a strong contender for a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared Lucky Ayedatiwa of the All Progressive Congress winner of Ondo State governorship election. Ayedatiwa defeated his closest rival, Abola Ajayi of the People's Democratic Party, securing 366,781 votes to Ajayi's 117,845 votes. The APC clinched victory in all the 18 local government areas of the state. The Labour Party and the Senate Labour Party polled 1,162,000 and 2,692,000 votes, respectively. Now, the results were announced by the collation officer, Professor Olayemi Ekenwumi, at the INEC state headquarters in Akure, on the state capital. Meanwhile, the governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, has urged opposition parties to join hands together to develop the state. Ayedatiwa calls came after the Independent National Electoral Commission had declared him the winner of the Southwest governorship election in the state. Kikolo Mokere has the details.
It was a moment of joy and jubilation in the banquet hall in the government house as Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa polled 366,781 votes, while Ajayi scores 117,835 votes across the 18 local government area of Ondo State. In his acceptance speech, Ayedatiwa, while promising to run an all-inclusive government, commended INEC and security agencies and all stakeholders involved in the election for a diligent job done. Ayedatiwa dedicated his victory firstly to God and secondly to memories of his former boss, late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu.
The most important thing is the people, the state, the land and the people. Developing the state, empowering the people, that is what I'm providing an enabling environment for the state to develop by investors. That is very important. You talk about security, you talk about the political environment that you can see now that is stable. There's continuity in Ondo State, the political environment is stable.
In an interview with the National Chairman All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, Chairman Progressive Governors Forum, Hope Uzodinma, and the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu expressed confidence in the party's ability to expand its dominance in the southwest region. They stated that the APC next focus is to reclaim Osun and Oyo states, which are currently under the leadership of PDP. The governors and APC national chairman commended the people of Ondo State for their peaceful nature, saying the election was a smooth, free and fair.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's victory was attributed to the unity in the state by all Progressive Congress campaign teams throughout the period of campaigns. It is expected that the victory will usher in a new beacon of hope, tranquility for Ondo State citizens, where all indices of development. From Akure, the Ondo State capital, Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
Many thanks to Kike Lokere. Now, in the meantime, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has assured residents of Ondo State of improved service, saying that his victory at the just concluded governorship election is a call to do more. Speaking to reporters after being declared winner in the election, Aiyedatiwa promised what he called better days for residents. And in a related development, President Bola Tinubu has felicitated Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa for winning Saturday's governorship election held in the state. The president also commended the peaceful conduct of the process. Tinubu's congratulatory message was conveyed in a statement signed by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. And our own President Bola Tinubu has met with Indian Prime Minister Modi at the presidential villa. The Indian Prime Minister, who is on a state visit, arrived in Nigeria earlier this morning. Modi's visit to Nigeria will be the first by an Indian Prime Minister since Dr. Mahoman Syed State visited in 2007, when the two nations had established a strategic partnership. President Tinubu and the Prime Minister Modi will seek to strengthen Nigeria's and India's ties further during their bilateral discussions. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has conferred the Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, JCON honor on Indian Prime Minister Modi. President honored the Indian Prime Minister at an ongoing meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting is part of the activities marking the state visit of the Prime Minister. Earlier, President Tinubu welcomed the Indian leader with an Indian anthem, which was followed by a guard of honor mounted by a brigade of guards. They also rendered the Nigerian anthem and led the visiting leader in inspection of the mounted parade. Ambassador Olufemi Oguntoyobio, a Southwest chieftain of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), has alleged that the local government elections conducted in Ogun State on Saturday was marred by malpractice, delays, and voter disenfranchisement. Actually described the election as a sham, emphasizing that the result announced by the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission cannot reflect the will of the people. Speaking to journalists in the state's capital, Abeokuta, he accused the commission of bias and collusion with the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. The Federal High Court, sitting in Lagos, has ordered the National Broadcasting Commission to stop using the NBC Act and the Nigerian Broadcasting Court to impose fines and threaten to impose sanctions, harass and intimidate the broadcast stations and other independent media houses in the country. The court declared that the commission and its agents lack the legal power and authority to impose the penalty lawfully and unilaterally, including fines and suspension, withdrawal of license, or any form of punishment whatsoever on independent media houses of promoting access to diverse information and the issues of public importance. The judgment was delivered in June by Honorable Justice Nicholas Owebi following a lawsuit brought by the Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Project, SERAP, and the Center for Journalism Innovation and Development. Our Vice President Kashim Shettima says President Bola Tinubu is determined to change the fortunes of Nigeria regardless of the challenges confronting the country. The Vice President said this in Abuja at the one-day retreat for presidential heads and the heads of units in his office. He noted that the nation's economy is on the path of growth on account of President Tinubu's policies and the determination to transform the economy for all Nigerians. Shettima also urged all heads in the presidency to synergize more and work harder in helping deliver on the president's mandate. Now, Nigeria's representative Chidinma Adesina finished as the first runner-up at the 73rd Miss Universe competition held in Mexico. The final moment of the prestigious event at the Arena CDMs in Mexico, announced earlier Sunday morning, saw an electrifying face-off between Nigeria and Denmark as the two women chose to claim the crown. The competition, described as one of the most truly recent years, celebrated the talent, intelligence and elegance of women from around the globe. Meanwhile, Adesina's exceptional performance and grace earned her widespread admiration from judges and audiences alike. And on the sad note, the chief imam of Mina in Niger State, Sheikh Isa Ibrahim Fari, is dead. Fari, who served as the chief imam of Mina for over 2 decades, died at the IBB Specialist Hospital Mina on Saturday night. And Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago has expressed grief over his death. The governor, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Abologi Ibrahim, described the death of the Sheikh Fari as a sad loss to the state and the entire Muslim community. He acknowledged that the late chief imam was a humble and a peace ambassador who always preached love and togetherness to people. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has sacked the Musiliu Akinsanya, also known as MC Olumo, as the president of the National Union of Road Transport Workers. A 3-member panel of justice led by Amar Bakara affirmed the March 11, 2024 judgment of the National Industrial Court, which affirmed Tajuddin Barawa as the union's president. Najim Yassin Tajuddin Abede and some other persons who claimed to be the union's leaders had filed an appeal to challenge the industrial court decision to recognize Barawa as president. However, in the judgment delivered on November 8, the appellate court dismissed the appeal and awarded 100,000 naira against the appellant. The Nigerian Navy of the Oguta Naval Base has brought healthcare services to Oso-Obodo community in Oguta local government area of Imo State. Our correspondent in Imo State, Amarachibe, has the more details.
This is St. Michael's Secondary School in Oguta local government area of Imo State, the venue of the medical outreach put together by Nigerian Navy to provide critical health services to the community. The commander of Oguta Naval Base, Mohammed Bashiru, represented by Okeme Anthony, executive officer, says the outreach is not just about medical checkups, but focuses on building trust with the community.
In line with the Nigerian Navy's mandate and the vision of the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral E.I. Ogala, the Naval Base Oguta organized this medical outreach to improve a better working relationship with the good people of Oso-Obodo community here in Imo State, as well as also enhance our corporate social responsibility in our host community. For the past 3 years, and in these 3 years, the relationship has been very good.
The traditional ruler of the community, Alphonse Uzoma, and the principal of St. Michael's Secondary School, Uguta, thanked the Nigerian Navy for the kind gesture.
I thank the government and the Naval people for this giant gesture, for the health of the people. People say health is wealth, so we are happy. And I think they say let it be annual, so that the health of the people will improve.
Impressed, and they pray that they continue to repeat this almost every time. I'm highly impressed.
Highlights of the event include health education, seizing on body care and preventive health, as well as screening for blood pressure and blood sugar levels. The Nigerian Navy team also distributed insecticide-treated nets, free medication, and provided medical consultations. The Nigerian Navy Oguta Naval Base has not only extended a hand in protecting our nation's waters, but has also demonstrated a commitment to the health and well-being of Oso-Obodo community. From Oso-Obodo community in Oguta local government area of Imo State, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
And now to Kogi State, as the government has approved a sum of 8 billion naira for infrastructural development at the newly established Kogi State University, Kebra. The State Commissioner for Education revealed that the State Governor Ahmed Dodo approved these during an interview in Lokoja. The funds will be allocated for the construction of critical facilities at the university, including the Senate building, Faculty of Science and Male and the female hostels. You're watching the News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns, the Inter Miami is set to reunite Messi and Neymar. We'll bring details of these as well as business and foreign stories after the short break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us on News Prime. And now to business. The federal government has projected a fiscal deficit of 13.8 trillion naira in 2025, an increase from the estimated 9.18 trillion naira for 2024, and one of the largest on record. These projected deficits represents approximately 38% of the federal government's revenues and 3.87% of the nation's estimated gross domestic product. The largest fiscal deficit based on the medium expenditure framework was 11.6 trillion naira in 2023, while the government has estimated a fiscal deficit of 10.2 trillion naira for the period of 2022 to 2026. The medium-term expenditure framework attributes these increases to factors such as the new minimum wage, pension obligations, consequential adjustment, and the rising debt service cost. The says it is seeking the collaboration of the private sector to help address the country's agricultural production challenges. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Mohamed Abubakar, said in a video presentation at the Food, Energy and Security in Africa Conference in Lagos, organized by the White and Case collaboration with African Development Bank and the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority on Friday. The private sector holds the key to unlocking much of Nigeria's agricultural potential by investing in advanced technologies and modern infrastructure and value-added processing business that can drive the transformative change. Away from that, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has called on businesses to prioritize compliance with health and safety regulations, emphasizing the importance of accurate branding and proper handling of the regulated product. NAFDAC Director General Professor Mijosola Hadeye, represented by the Director of the Northwest Zone, Natim Dadi, gave this charge during a panel session at the 2024 Africa Retail Congress recently held in Lagos. He stressed the need for retailers to familiarize themselves with local and international regulations governing the manufacture, storage, and distribution of these products. The World Bank has identified $32 million in unaccounted funds in Nigerian water sector project, raising concerns over likely embezzlement and mismanagement. According to the newly released FY 2024 Sanctions System Annual Report, the bank's presidency referred to as a flagged the discrepancies after the forensic review. Now, the funds intended to bolster the water infrastructure were not adequately accounted for, prompting an intervention to safeguard the project's integrity. And now, in a decisive move to mitigate the risks, the World Bank engaged with the project team, including Nigeria's tax team leader, operations manager, and a financial management specialist. On the foreign scene tonight, Chinese leader Jinping has pledged to work with incoming President Donald Trump in his final meeting with current U.S. leader Joe Biden. The two met on Saturday on the sidelines of the annual Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Peru, where they acknowledged the ups and downs in relations over Biden's 4 years in office. However, both highlighted the progress in lowering tensions on issues such as trade and Taiwan. Analyst says U.S.-China relations could become more volatile when Donald Trump returns to office in 2 months, driven by factors including a promise to raise tariff on Chinese import. Now, the sport news. A sport newspaper, Marca, says the speculation in the reef that Inter Miami had close to signing Brazilian forward Neymar Jr. The Brazilian, who joined the Saudi club from the big spending Paris Saint-Germain in 2023, formed the formidable partnership with the former teammate Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez as a trio dazzles European football during their time at Barcelona with their goal-scoring abilities and a strong collaboration. The trio's partnership was dubbed during their time at the Catalana club. Unfortunately, Neymar has struggled with the fitness issues, and there are indications that the Al Hilal may terminate his contract, having featured only 7 times for the Saudi club. The Brazilian star signed a lucrative contract worth 130 million euros a year, placing him among the top-earning footballers in the world. Victor Osimhen could still end up in the Premier League next season as the striker's future is once again in doubt. The Nigeria international went from being linked with big money moves to the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and the Paris Saint-Germain in the summer to joining the Turkish giant Galatasaray on a season-long loan. With 8 goals from 9 matches in all competitions, Osimhen is on fire in Turkey, and the Istanbul club reportedly want to sign him up on a permanent basis. And that will be a tall order, however, as Napoli had demanding a transfer fee of about 75 million euros for the 25-year-old in the Delos Sport, which is too much for Galatasaray. And now to wrap up the news prime, let's take a look at our top stories. The Independent National Electoral Commission has declared Lucky Ayedatiwa of the All Progressive Congress winner of Ondo State governorship election. President Bola Tinubu has met with Indian Prime Minister Modi at the presidential villa in Abuja. Our federal government has projected a fiscal deficit of 13.8 trillion naira in 2025, an increase from the estimated 9.8 trillion for 2024, and one of the largest on record. And on the foreign scene, Chinese leader Xi Jinping has pledged to work with the incoming President Donald Trump in his final meeting with the current United States leader Joe Biden. And on to the news, sport newscaster Baker says speculation is rift that Inter Miami are close to signing Brazilian forward Neymar Jr. And as a package, your news prime coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, start times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. You can watch the rest of our news on the social media platform using @Global TV NG. On behalf of the entire production team, we say a very big thank you for joining us on the News Prime. My name is Edikan Michael. See you again.